game week 28 and it produced a terrific performance from Arsenal, ruthless in what I said, and it was a dominant performance. Arsenal went to Spurs' ground and literally annihilated them 4-1 to the Arsenal, and some outstanding performances from the likes of Gyökeres and Eze, who both managed to get a brace. We look at how Arteta made some tweaks and what worked for Arsenal, and looking ahead to the weekend against Chelsea at the Emirates, can Arsenal produce another outstanding victory and make a statement? And just to start with Gyökeres, 28 games in, and to have your best game now is crucial, and at the pinnacle stage of this season is now when you need your star summer striker signing, your number 9, to start scoring and delivering. And that's exactly what he did in the North London derby, as he put on a display with 2 goals, a brace, and almost the goal that kind of separated Arsenal. Arsenal managed to get it back to 1-1 in terms of they conceded through a mistake, and then Gyökeres came out of nowhere and slots it. And I think from there, he just had a really good game. It was, you know, his link-up play, the influence he had on the game, and a lot of people will discredit it, but this isn't the only game that he's actually shown that he's starting to come into form. His last couple games, he's actually shown glimpses of him getting better and adjusting. And obviously 10 goals in the EPL, it bodes well. And my prediction for him for this season was actually 15 goals. 15 goals this season as your debut season as a striker, I think is actually okay and is very good. One thing I can say about Eberechi Eze's performance is he looked like a man on a mission. Like, I don't know the way to put it into context, but he looked like he needed to score and he needed to make an impact. In the press conference, you heard the gaffer talking about Eze wasn't happy with him. He wasn't too happy because after the performance against Wigan, he felt he should have started. Now, looking how he responded, and I speak about this, and it's a clear philosophy in Arsenal's change room. Players don't sulk about it. They get on with it and they perform on the pitch. And that's what Eberechi Eze did in terms of getting a brace. And it had to be against Tottenham, a Highland boy who's, you know, supported Arsenal through his life, has come back to his club and is now playing his rival club. The kind of performance he put in was like, the lights are getting cut tomorrow and he's getting evicted. I don't know what Arteta said to him, but the response that he got from Eze was 10-10. And that was one of his best performances besides the other fixture, which was at the Emirates, where he did score a hat-trick. And people are coming out now saying it does seem to be Eze's favourite fixture. He's now got 5 in 2 games against Spurs, and that was his first shot on target since the game at the Emirates, which now, this is what you want from your summer signings. You always want them last 10 games of the season to show what they're about. And it does seem like Eze and Gyökeres could have a say in this title race if they carry on playing the way they are playing. It does seem like Eze is becoming familiar with his role, and word is from the Arsenal camp is he's one of the last to leave, and he's also one of the first in, because he really wants to make an effort in, you know, adapting to this Arsenal squad as soon as possible. Ødegaard. Now, I think Arteta obviously has a hard decision to make, because these last 10 games of the season are absolutely crucial, and it sends out a clear signal and a message who starts, I think, against Chelsea, knowing that they're both fit. This time of the season though, what I will say is, I do believe we should go with Eze, and Ødegaard should play his part, and there are a lot more games to go. As the captain, you always want to play and put on the armband and lead your team out. But I think for now, it does seem like it's working. What I would say in terms of the back four is Timber needs a rest. Him and Zubimendi are two players, and I keep on saying this, that have had the most minutes outfield players this year. And it is now clearly showing. Timber looks tired. I think the right thing the gaffer did on the weekend was definitely take Timber off, obviously on a yellow card, looking tired, and bringing on Mosquera, who for me, the best signing of the summer transfer window at 15 million. And he just looks like another Rolls Royce, 21 years of age. And he just looks seamless. He doesn't look like he's under pressure. He just looks like he belongs under the lights at the Emirates. And he's got a big future at Arsenal. I'd like to see definitely a three at the back of Gabriel, Saliba and Mosquera when we are trying to suffocate teams. Now, whether Arteta takes a leap of faith and does that, that's another question. Timber would need a rest this weekend, and I do feel Mosquera could come in. It was a shame that Ben White didn't make the team list, and he's currently out battling a little niggle. Hopefully he'll be back this weekend as well. Declan Rice obviously had a bit of a mistake, and you could tell from that mistake, and that's what you like to see in a leader. He calmed down, he got playing, and he didn't let the mistake rule his game. And that's one thing about Declan Rice you can be sure about. He's not going to let the mistake ride him for the whole game. We look forward to the return of Kai Havertz, hopefully, in the starting lineup, and that will be amazing against Chelsea. Him and Noni, can it be another story of an ex-Chelsea player getting the winner at the Emirates and taking us back to the helm clear at the top of the Premier League. What I wanted to see is, could Arsenal smell blood and go for the kill? And that's exactly what they did. And moving on to Chelsea, this weekend will be more of a strategic game with Rafinha's men, as we have faced them in the Carabao Cup. It will be a good game, but Arsenal again have to go direct from minute one. You're at home, suffocate the team and literally get the early goal and pile on the pressure. Don't sit back on it. If you do get the early goal, go for 2, go for 3. And you know what? Be open. You could concede 1, but as long as you got 3 or 4, that's fine. He has to take the handbrake off. If you carry on playing this pragmatic way, there's no risks, no rewards. And at this time of the year, I state again, you have to take those risks, because now it's a 50-50 shootout between us and Man City. And when we get to the Etihad, we need to be ready to go and win on their turf. The real champions win on their rivals' turf to gain the Premier League.